the Township of Selwyn for Tuesday, June the 11th, 2024 will now come to order. We respectfully acknowledge that we are on the treaty and traditional territory of the Mississauga and Anishinaabe. We offer our gratitude to the First Nations for their care for and teachings about our earth and our relations. May we honor those teachings. Please observe a moment of silence so the council staff and members of the public can quietly reflect on our duty to the community that we are trying to serve. Thank you. Members of the public, staff, presenters, and members of council, please be advised that meetings are broadcast and recorded and made available on the internet. Is there any declaration of pecuniary interest of the general nature thereof? Seeing none, please note that in the minutes. And we do have our minutes of our last council meeting on May the 28th, 2024. Has everyone had a chance to look at them? Are there any errors or omissions? Seeing none, can I have someone move the minutes? Councillor Boyko, Councillor Kula seconding, all in favor? Carried, thank you. Is there any discussion out of the minutes? Seeing none, we have no deputations. Were there any questions that came forward, Madam Clerk?
No questions.
Thank you. We'll move on to our municipal municipal officers and staff reports. And the first one is from Mr. Tobin. Adam.
Thank you. Through you, Madam Mayor. I'm happy to present the Lakefield Water and Sewer 2024 budget. You'll notice reviewing the budget, there's some large capital and operational expenses. This is a transition year for contracted services to bring them in-house. So you'll see that there are transitional costs associated with that as well. That has to do with staff training, onboarding, as well as replacing some equipment that was owned by Peterborough Utilities. That includes everything from operational like field equipment to lab equipment as well. So yeah, I guess be looking for your support on the budget, and if you had any questions, happy to answer them. Thanks.
All right, are there any questions for Adam? Councillor Boyko?
Through your mayor, I don't have any questions. I just want to publicly say congratulations and thank you to the staff for this transition. It's been tricky. I know that I only understand a part of how tricky it must have been. So to the operations part of it and to the administrative billing part of it, congratulations and thank you for this transition. And I know that the people of Lakefield will be very happy that their rates are not going up. That their rates and the level is always a concern. And so again, my main point is thank you very much.
Thank you. And that's echoed by all members of council. Any other questions? Seeing none, can I have someone move the recommendation before us? Councillor Henry, seconded by Deputy Mayor Black, all in favor? That's carried. Thank you. Move on now to Mike Richardson. Replacement of the main electrical distribution panel, feed and switch for these offices.
Through you, Madam Mayor. Yeah, the report does speak for itself, and unfortunately, it certainly wasn't something that we had planned out. When we had a couple of major electrical glitches here at the municipal office, it became very apparent that it was more than just a brownout or some issues with the feed. When we brought the electricians in, they had to bring in ESA and Hydro One because there was major issues with the feed into the building. So it got isolated. Unfortunately, not only does the generator work very well, but because of some of the energy saving advances we've had in this facility, our draw was actually lower than the electrician had anticipated. So we were able to work off one side of the panel. And that's what we still are right now. the work will be completed as soon as we got or as soon as we have the locates, and it will be done partially in-house with Adam's guys to do some of the work and get us access to the trench for burying the lines. But we can't reuse much at all because all of the conduit and all the lines have been either cracked, crushed, or not capped at the pole. So nothing that anybody wanted to do, or certainly we're planning on doing. But the second that you get into it, you realize that it had probably been going on for 10 or 12 years and just slowly becoming a bigger and bigger problem. So we'll proceed if there's any questions, certainly. Yeah.
Okay, and I see that the money to pay for this is coming out of reserves, and of course, that is put in the reserves for rainy days. And I guess this is as a result of many rainy days that we've had to use this money to bring it up to standard again. Thank you very much for all the work that has been done. And Deputy Mayor Black has a question.
Thank you, through Mayor Sennis. So there's 2 feeds to the building then, and the 1 feed is back feeding the other panel? Is that what's? 2 feeds?
Yeah, through you, Madam Mayor. It's 2 feeds, two 250 amp feeds into the house,
Yeah.
or into the house, into the
The big house.
yeah, the big house, into the facility. They will be 2 300 amp. That's what they were supposed to be.
Yeah.
Even though they were only actually run back in the day as 285s. So we will have 600 amps again, and but it would be 2 3s. They're 2 250s right now. We're only using one of those
Okay.
until we have the final repair done. Yeah.
Perfect. I did wear rubber shoes today, just in case.
Good to know. Okay, are there any other questions? Seeing none, can I have someone move the recommendation, please? Deputy Mayor Black, Councillor Kula seconding, all in favor? It's carried. Thank you very much. And we will now move on to Lily Morrow, who is going to talk about our 2024 energy conservation and demand management plan. Lily.
Good afternoon. So today I'm bringing forward the 2024 update to the township's energy conservation and demand management plan, which is often referred to as a CDM plan for short, asking that council receive the report for information as well as approve the CDM plan and proposed actions to be implemented over the next 5 years. Just to briefly summarize, as mentioned in the report, the provincial government mandates that all broader public sector organizations produce an energy conservation and demand management plan that is updated every 5 years. The township originally created a CDM plan in 2014. It would have been updated in 2019. So this serves as a second 5-year update to our plan, and it is due to the ministry by July 1st. Over the last few years, the township has implemented various energy conservation efforts. And as a result of these efforts from 2011 to 2023, we did achieve a 5% reduction in our corporate energy use, as well as an associated decrease in our greenhouse gas emissions. The township has proposed several additional energy conservation efforts to be implemented over the next 5 years to further reduce our energy use. Some of these action items include things like reducing energy use by completing building and lighting and equipment upgrades, as well as raising awareness about energy conservation amongst our staff. Outlining a plan for these initiatives ensures that we remain committed to continuing to take action to reduce our energy use. So that's all I'll say in regards to my report, but happy to take any questions.
Thank you. And are there any questions for Lily? Deputy Mayor Black.
Thank you, through Mayor. Incredible report, really. I'm shocked how many statistics that we have to capture on an annual basis to put this report together. So congratulations on keeping all of that straight. Just determining, which projects need to move forward. I'm trying to find it here. I think it was the lighting in the pump house in Lakefield. It was going to cost $11,000. And the return was $200 per year. So how is that decision made? Because obviously, it's going to reduce, our numbers, but it's also got like a 60-year payback, which would probably have those lights replaced 3 times in that 60 years. So what's the rationale that staff use to come up with priority projects as far as return on investment, I guess, more than is what I'm really asking. Some of them are very obvious. Some are not so obvious, like that one to me, that lighting is.
For sure, through you, Madam Chair. So much of the proposed actions, and I did mention this in the report, do align with the facility condition assessment that was done by Ron Odd Architect. So that already has been approved by council. So many of those costs were estimates that would have been included in that report. And then the cost and energy savings, they're also estimates at this point. So the province does require that we do our best to estimate those values. So sometimes it's just using sort of an online calculator that's available for estimating your returns on a lighting retrofit. But really, as we look at those projects in more detail and we actually go to do the work, we'll be better able to determine what those savings would be, the returns on investments of those things. LED lights, they do save a lot of energy. They also tend to last longer than other lighting. So you're going to see those savings over several years. So yeah, they really are just estimates at this point. As I said, as we go to do that work, we'll be able to better determine those values.
Yeah, thanks for that. No, again, from a priority, you want the best bang for the buck. So where do you spend the money to get the energy reserve or reduced rather? And so I guess that's all part of the decision-making process when you get the budget and that sort of thing. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Are there any other questions? Seeing none, can I have someone move the recommendation? Councillor Henry, seconded by Councillor Koulis, all in favor? It's carried. Thank you very much. Our next report is from Megan LaRock, but she's in her absence. Who's going to be speaking, Angie or Tanya?
Yeah, I can speak to it.
Sure.
I just want to acknowledge and thank everybody for their contribution to the communicator. Megan definitely does a lot of work, but it's definitely a group effort. All of the council members contribute as well as staff members. So I think everybody's had a chance to hopefully have a look at the draft. If you had any comments, please just give them to me. We'll make sure that they get provided to the Herald. They're actually producing the communicator for us, and then we'll get those final comments in. I think the mayor's provided me with comments as well as Councillor Koulis. I'm not sure if anybody else has anything else. We don't have to go through them, but if there were any little points, just pass them along.
Through Mayor, I think we need more pictures of council together.
Okay.
Jesus, obviously, but maybe more space for other things and less pictures of our mugs would be a comment for down the road. Not
Okay, I don't think I've ever heard a council member say that
No,
before.
wow. I think there's about eight pictures of most of us in every picture, so a couple will do, and more information I think would be.
Sure.
I just wanted to mention that I actually like the number of pictures that are in here because that's what people gravitate towards when they open this paper. It's something that I always hear positive feedback from residents when they receive this paper because it's a really good snapshot of what's been done over the past year. Because we're constantly asked what we do. And this is a good way of showing people what we do, both as council and staff. So yeah, it's really well done. And when is it expected to be sent out?
It'll be mailed at end of June, early July.
Okay. Yep. Thank you. Councillor Henry, you have a question?
Thank you, through you. Just comment really. Yeah, definitely saw it as a bit of a glamour piece at first. But as you say, what politician doesn't like that?
Mhm.
However, if you do look back at the last couple of years, with COVID and everything that was going on, it's hard to get everyone together and to do things. So previous issues seem that can carry more content without the visual effects there to support it. And that would definitely be part of it as well coming on. Thanks.
Yeah, so anyway, I think it was, again, a really great product, and I'm looking for someone to move the recommendation. Deputy Mayor Black, Councillor Henry, all in favor? It's carried. Thank you very much. In our consent items, is there anything that anyone wants pulled here? Seeing none, I need someone to approve items 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, up to 9. Counselor Henry, moving. Counselor Boyko, seconding. All in favor? It's carried. Thank you. And is there any other new and unfinished business? Seeing none, we'll look to the bylaws. Madam Clerk.
Thank you. We've got number 32 to authorize an MOU with the Ennismore Curling Club. 33, an environmental mitigation measures agreement related to a severance application. And 34, a bylaw to amend the Lakefield parking bylaw from 1988.
Okay, and so I'm looking for someone to move those bylaws. Counselor Henry, Deputy Mayor Black, all in favor, that's carried. And the confirming bylaw 2024-035. Counselor Koulis and Counselor Henry, all in favor, that's carried. Move to adjourn, please. Counselor Henry, seconded by Counselor Boyko, all in favor, carried, thank you. Did we break a record?